Okay, you guys. So I'm fighting with my son right now while I'm trying to go live. I literally don't have any type of help right now with his little self, and he wants me to play this Mario and try to help him win this. But today, what we're going to talk about is we're talking about credit cards, and we're also talking about loans. So we're talking about what is going to be the difference between these two when they're reporting on your credit reports. So this is going to be page number 26 in this workbook here. So it's page 26 in our Strongest 75 workbook. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually recording the content so I can put it inside the course. And the people that's actually watching the course, this is what y'all watching, okay? You'll be able to see a recording for each day in there. So late payment is going to hurt your credit score no matter what. So I don't care, how you get your late payments is going to hurt you no matter what. Now, if you were to get late payments on your credit cards, which is what I have here. So I have the credit cards here, and I also have the loans here. I want you to know that credit card lates are going to probably hurt you more, especially if y'all bring up y'all utilization. Okay, so if y'all utilization is going to be higher, that's how it's going to hurt you more. Other than that, think of them as being the same. I don't look at them as being any different at all. But only thing I could think about is the only other factor is whether or not you are having a balance on those credit cards or if you're raising your balance. So when you get those late payments, they actually give you a fee. That fee can raise your utilization, plus you did not pay. So now you got the interest plus whatever you didn't pay. It's going to make it worse for you, basically. Okay, so both are going to report you when you're more than 30 days late. They're not going to report you more than 30 days late. So if you're 30 days late, just think they're going to report you as simple as that. Don't overthink it. Okay. So if you're 30 days late, they're going to report you. If you're only 29 days late, y'all, none of these companies are going to report you as being late. That's why I tell people if you're trying to pay on your credit cards, don't worry too much if you're not 30 days late. You need to catch yourself so that you don't be in that situation no more so they can catch you up. But they're not going to report you late, which is not going to hurt your credit report. So as long as you're not 30 days late, you're good. It's going to look bad for that company, their internals, when you asking for an increase, and their internals going to say, "Hey, you was just late." It's not going to affect your credit bureaus. So if you apply for other credit cards or ask for an increase on the other credit cards, they're not going to know about it. Okay. But again, we're talking the differences between the late payments when you all have your loans compared to when you all have your credit cards. Okay. Now, don't forget, when you all have late payments on your mortgage, that may actually hurt you more because don't forget, a mortgage is a big loan. And if you have, don't touch this right here. If you have late payments on your mortgage, you're going to have to work really to remove those. Now, I showed y'all how to remove the late payments. I'm going to go over that again, just in case you all want to see it one more time. I'm going to show you what that would actually look like, that dispute letter to remove the late payment. So we already did the dispute letter for if it's a credit card. We already did the dispute letter if it's a charge off, and we already did the dispute letter for if it's a student loans. So I'm going to make sure that we go over that now, but understand that the credit cards, to me, that's going to be more. Okay. Now, remember, we're going over day 26 in your book. We went over late payments for quite a few days, right? So let me actually just show you all, just in case you did not see it. Let me show you what that actually is going to look like. Okay, so let me share that one so that y'all can see it, because we already did our late payments for our student loan, and all of these come with your books. I suggest you get the 3-book bundle. It's actually less than it normally is right now, so I suggest you go ahead and get it now while it is discounted. Okay, so this is, hold on, wait, this is the template. Let me actually go and get it because I don't want y'all looking at my school files when I'm going to find this one for you. Okay. Okay, so here we are here. So we already did our disputes for just negative accounts. Right now we're just talking about late payments in general. Okay, so we already did our disputes to the credit bureau. All these letters are available inside the course. We did the debt. We went over debt settlement. We're going to go over that again. The free inquiry removal letter. Went over that. Let me go down to where we're at. So that's the hard inquiry. Okay, perfect. So this right here is the letter that we did for the late payments, okay? Let me make sure that we're sharing it on this end so that they can see it. Media. Okay, so let me make sure they can fully see it. Okay, perfect. So this is what we did for the late payment. So again, I don't care if it's a credit card or a loan, you have to send out this letter right here to remove those late payments from your credit reports. So all we have to do is fill in this information. It's already filled in. So I'm going to show you what we actually filled in. So we filled in the name and address. We put the date that we were mailing a letter. We also put our email address on there. And then we have to put who are we actually sending it to. So you can see right here, we're actually sending this one to Capital One. So we're asking Capital One to remove those late payments from the credit report. You also want to make sure that you put your account number here for the account that you're referencing. And also, you see the name is Capital One, that's the account. So we said that we need to get adjustments for December 2019 to September 2020. Again, these are for late payments only. So you need to say, hey, when were those late payments? Okay. And then, two, at the time I was going through, you can put whatever reason. On here, we put temporary job loss. Okay. And unfortunately, missed the payments. But since then, we've been back on track. So when I gave y'all this example of a late payment, this is who that letter is going to, Capital One. They are not technically back on track, but y'all need to be back on track if y'all going to send this letter out. Okay. And this letter is in your course. So you need to be back on track. And then also you can look down here in the payment history and you can see that they're not on track. Still 30, 60 days late. This need to say okay. And then y'all go ahead and work to remove those late payments. Okay. And then also you need to just put your name down here. It's literally as simple as that for the late payments. And again, this is day 26. Okay, so this is day 26. So credit cards are going to hurt more if you increase your utilization because now you got a late payment on your credit report. Loan damage to payment history, but it does not hurt you like utilization will. Utilization, again, y'all, payment history is 35% of your credit score, but when you're doing this to your credit cards too, you mess with your utilization, which is 30% of your credit score. So to me, it's a double whammy. Okay, both of them are going to be reported after 30 days. So make sure y'all act fast. If y'all know y'all late on y'all credit cards more than 30 days, y'all need to bring them things back current as soon as possible. Don't let it turn into like where they're at now. They 30 days, then they go into 60 days. Don't do that. Or like this one here, they went 30, 60, 90. You know, you don't need this. This payment history look a mess though, but you don't want yours to be like this. If anything, you want to see a one-off 30-day late payment so you can just ask, do the goodwill letter like I just showed you and ask for them to remove it, okay? You don't want to continue to have constant late payments. That's going to hurt you. Okay, so the type of credit is going to matter. Your mortgage is going to hurt you even more, but focus on removing the most the soonest ones, if anything. So the ones that's most recent, like these right here, but they got to bring their account back current first. But try to remove these late payments first because these right here are actually hurting you more. Okay, so I hope that you guys get that, and I hope that you guys fully understand that, okay? So now I want to go to day 27 in our workbook. I'm going to actually go through this and do quite a few days, you all, because again, this is inside your course. So we just did day 26 inside this workbook. So this is what we did, credit cards versus loan, which ones hurt more. So now we're going to do how to fix the auto loan lates and the credit card lates. Again, this is not that complicated, okay? So now I'm going to actually start getting into that now. So for day 27, it's talking about fixing your auto loan late versus your credit card late. Do not think of these as anything different. Only reason why I put it in the books. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for all of the likes. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much, Patty, for following me. But I wanted to make sure that you guys just understand that it's no different. I know a lot of people that don't know about credit. Y'all may think this stuff is different, and it's not. Okay. So fixing your late payments and fixing your auto loan late and credit card late. They're all the same, and you have to all handle them the same. This right here is the dispute letter that we have to actually send out to actually get it removed. And inside the course, when you all buy the books, the 3-book bundle, you get a free course that come with it. So when you buy your books, you're going to see this right here. You're going to see this right here that says, hey, scan for the free course. Inside that free course, that's when y'all going to see these documents. Y'all going to have 4 letters for y'all late payments. Okay, so all y'all have to do is literally fill in the letter to remove your late payments. It's not that complicated. You just have to make sure that you fill it in, okay, to work to remove your late payments. Now, I would like to come back in here and distinguish between a late payment, and also I want to distinguish what a late payment look like, and also talk to you guys about what a charge off look like, because some of y'all may try to send out letters for late payments. A late payment would look like this, y'all. Y'all see the account status says it's open. Okay, so y'all see the account status is open. And then the payment status says 30 and 60 days late. Okay, that's how we know that we just got late payments on here. Let me move this over for y'all. That's how you know we just got late payments on here. We just need to remove our late payments. Okay. And then also, if you see right here in the payment history, you will see 30, 60, 90, and then you'll see, okay. They started paying it. They brought their account back to life, basically, because it was about to get charged off. And then it went back 30 and 60 days late. Okay, so these are late payments. Now, this right here is a full charge off account. Now, let me tell y'all how y'all might be mistaken. When y'all come down to the payment history, y'all gonna say, well, I was 30, 60, 90, 150 days late. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the late payments. No, you need to delete this account fully. You don't need to remove those late payments, okay? And inside the course, you'll already have all the dispute letters that y'all need, because this is what that dispute letter will look like right here. Okay, you need to fully get this account deleted from your credit reports. Okay, so you can see right here we have that account listed. You need to get this account, this kind of account deleted. You do not want to go back and forth on this account about maintenance. Okay. Now, another thing to look at too, the account status says derogatory. That's how we know we need to delete it. Okay. And then also the payment status says collection or charge off. That's another way we know we need to get this account deleted. And also, when y'all get y'all books down below, not only do y'all get y'all free course, but y'all also get access to 6 months of free disputes done for you. Disputes are just basically helping you get them negative accounts deleted from your credit reports. Don't overthink it, okay? Do not overthink it at all. Okay, but this right here is a charge off. This is the actual late payments. So we're talking about how to fix auto lates and credit card lates. So again, both of those, you're going to fix them the same. So you can send out the goodwill letter to the actual company. Okay, so this credit card, but don't forget Capital One also do auto loans too. So they can technically be for your auto loan. But you have to send out this goodwill letter. Y'all got 4 of them inside the course. Okay. And the people that's already in the course, you're already watching it. Um, y'all already know what's up with it. So y'all already know y'all have those letters. And then understand that your auto loans and your credit card late stay the same. Y'all got the same process. Do not overthink it. Okay. If you all have like a lot of late payments on your account and it's like in between, so like an in between account would be this Capital One. Because the only reason why I say it's in between because they just got so many late payments on here. I just don't think like if I usually say if you got more than 4 late payments on your account, you really need to put it on an actual dispute letter and hope that the credit bureaus will remove it. Sometimes they're gonna remove half of them the first month, then they'll remove 2 more the next month. You just never know how they'll do you with your late payments. But you can see on here we put Capital One on here on our dispute letter. Okay, so we already working right now to get these late payments removed from the credit reports. Okay, so you can see right here, we already working right now to get these late payments removed. So you have to actually not only send out that goodwill letter, but you also need to send out one to the actual credit bureaus, okay? So the goodwill letter go to the company. You begging them, hey, remove these late payments. I didn't change. I had something going on. The credit bureau, you're more aggressive. Hey, listen, I was never late. The late payments are incorrect. I paid on time. Remove the late payment. Okay. That's how you talking to the credit bureaus. And don't forget this letter that I'm showing you right here. We already filled this out, and this video is y'all already have it with y'all course, and then y'all have also the letters for y'all course in y'all course too. Okay, and they come with the book. So again, when y'all get y'all books, all y'all gotta do is Scan on there, and then y'all will be able to look at it, okay? But do not think of these as anything different. Like, don't think of them as different at all, okay? So don't think of it as different at all, okay? At all, at all, at all. So I think that we kind of went over the late payments. One last thing was a few things I want to include. Make sure that you all be persistent. You need to send out this letter more than once to the credit bureau. That's why I say, hey, I do 6 months of free letters. When y'all inside the course, I got 6 months of free letters that I will actually create for you. All you have to do is mail it. Now, I do want y'all to actually mail y'all letters out certified mail. I would love for y'all to mail it out certified mail, but be persistent. Send out the letter more than once. Y'all might find out, like I said, they dispute. I mean, when you dispute it, they delete half of them the first month, or maybe they delete a quarter of them, and you got to keep disputing to get the rest of them deleted. That's fine, as long as you don't give up, okay? And also make sure y'all sending out not only to the bureaus, but be persistent with y'all letters to the companies. And y'all got to understand with the letters to the company, y'all have 4 of them inside the course. Okay, y'all got 4 of them inside the course. Y'all can also call them. Y'all can do all types of stuff to get these removed, but I suggest y'all do the letters to get it removed. Okay, and then focus on the accounts that's really still open. Okay, or the newest late. Okay, so I showed y'all this one right here. These are the newest late September and August. These right here is older late payments. This one right here is giving them the most damage. I say include them all, but y'all may find that y'all have so many accounts with late payments and y'all trying to worry about late payments on a closed account. Not that y'all can't remove them, but these right here is really hurting you the most. Okay, these newer ones. Okay, so now we're going to do. Hold on one second, you all, because we're going to start doing day 28 inside of our workbooks now. So this is what day 28 actually looks like inside of our workbooks. So if the late payment is not actually yours, what to actually do, okay? So that's what we're doing inside of this workbook. I'm just going over all of the days. It's 75 days total we're going to have to do, okay? All right, so if the late payment is not yours at all, y'all, you want to treat them like they're regular disputes, period. So you see how we sent that letter out to the credit bureau up here? This letter right here, you want to take this very, very serious. Okay, so you want to take this very, very serious. Let me just make sure they're tagging along still up over here. Okay, they're still tagging along. Okay, so you want to take these late payments serious. So I tell y'all a lot that if they refuse to remove this stuff from y'all credit reports, make sure y'all really think about suing them. I told y'all I got settlements with all 3 credit bureaus, collection, 2 collection companies, and I have $40,000 for my creditors that I did not have to pay. I'm literally helping somebody with a case right now, and they haven't even answered the complaint, y'all. And 3 of the companies are already talking settlements. But y'all can't even get these credit bureaus to even answer y'all when y'all send out a dispute. But we already talking settlements, okay? So that's why I say don't play about this. Like, really do not play about this at all. This is what my main focus is. Where I'm going to law school next year because it's not a joke. So, I was telling y'all, oh, with the late payments, let's send out a goodwill letter. We're going to send out this letter down here saying, hey, I was going through something. I had a temporary job loss, but unfortunately, I missed some payments. I'm back on track. Can you please do me a favor? One time courtesy, remove the late payments. We're not doing none of that begging, okay? If this late payment is literally not yours, like this late payment is not yours and they don't want to remove it from your credit reports, we want all of the smoke, okay? I suggest y'all really keep y'all mind open to actually suing these companies. Okay, so this one right here, this is the dispute letter that we actually did earlier. I'll say we did this on day 8. Right now, we on day 28. Okay, so this is going to tie in very, very well. Okay, so when you all have those late payments on your credit reports that's not yours, you want to do it just like this. Okay, you want to just simply say, hey, the late payments are incorrect. I paid on time. Please update this account. Put it right on your dispute letter. Now you have to see which bureau it's reporting to. So in this case, this is the Capital One. It's reporting to all 3 credit bureaus. Okay, it's reporting to all 3 credit bureaus. So we're gonna send a letter to all 3 credit bureaus. Okay, and these are right here. These are in your course. When you buy the book, these will be right there in your course. All you got to do is scan this code, and I most likely will send it to you early too, so you can get in there. Okay, but this right here is a dispute letter that's in there. So all you have to do is put it on each letter. So let's act like this Capital One, we really wasn't late on this account, right? So we're going to say, hey, the late payments are incorrect. I paid on time. Please update this account. Okay, so we're going to send it to Equifax. We're going to also, you can see right here too, we're going to send it to Experian, and we're also going to send it to TransUnion. Okay, so you can see right here, we're going to send it to TransUnion. Do not overcomplicate this, y'all. Do not overcomplicate it. Because what you're going to do, if you don't have these late payments, please, again, keep in your mind that if they don't remove it, you already think, okay, don't remove this stuff, I'm going to take legal action. Because if they don't remove it, that means that they're going to keep playing with you. And like I said, I have somebody I'm helping right now. They haven't even did an answer already to the complaint. So we basically sued them. They're supposed to answer. They got 21 days to answer. They already talking settlement and throwing out numbers, y'all. Okay, so don't play. And then don't forget I have my own settlements. So what I just don't play no more, y'all. I don't care no more about playing. So just put them on your dispute letters. Send them into the credit bureaus the first month. The second month, which is what we're going to go over now because I haven't taught the second month yet. Okay, because we did already this on day 8, day 9, day 10. I taught y'all this, okay? So for this, you also need to, if you on round number 2, month number 2, you actually need to send this letter to the credit bureaus again, okay? Okay, Aqua Mommy, I'm gonna make sure I send you the information to the course when I get done going live, okay? So you can get in there today, not playing games. And don't forget, if you want the 6 months of letters, I'll make sure that you get that started as soon as possible. Okay. So this is the thing. So these, let's act like these was our first month of dispute. So you got to send it to the credit bureaus for the first month, and then if they don't delete it, we got to send them again. Okay. Now, usually when you guys send out a dispute letter, sometimes they're gonna have two different things. It's whether they're gonna answer you, or you're welcome, Aqua Mommy, or they're gonna just ignore you. Okay. Do we send the same letter? No, you're not going to send the same letter. You'll see inside of the course, it's going to say letter number 2, and you're going to have two different ones, whether they answer or not. Okay. But what I tell y'all to do is I tell y'all to keep the same reasoning because I don't want y'all to overthink it. Okay. And not even necessarily keeping the same reasoning because when I taught y'all disputes, I already taught y'all round 1 disputes. I taught y'all to put more than this on there too. So you see how this a one liner? Usually when I do disputes, like I do premium disputes for people that's a part of my membership. Like I send a stuff out certified, and I send this much information just about one account, and I'll find like all of the inaccuracies on that account. So I'll say, hey, the date open is incorrect, the high credit is incorrect. Because you see all this red stuff is just showing inaccuracies, right? So I make a whole nice paragraph or two. So the credit limit is incomplete on Equifax. That last date activity is different on all 3 credit bureaus. When I looked at the payment history, I see there's a lot of incomplete data for TransUnion. They didn't report any payment history. Equifax have incomplete data in the payment history. Like I really hook it up to the point where even if I copy and paste it, they still gonna have the same stuff again because the credit bureaus do not update this stuff like they need to. So when you go inside the course, you'll see, hey, this is round 2, and then you will see where it says they replied or they did not reply, period. Okay, no response or response because you're going to say different things. If they don't respond to you, which is why I say send it certified, I taught y'all how to track it. If they don't respond to you, then what you want to do is you want to put them on a no response and say, hey, because if they don't respond for 30 days, they're required to delete everything. But if they don't delete everything, don't even trip because we are already thinking about this anyway. And the reason I keep telling y'all about this, if y'all knew, is because I've been doing credit for over 10 years. I'm the credit lady. I was deleting everybody's accounts two separate times, y'all. I was deleting everybody's accounts, hooking up all my clients. And when I tell y'all, I just could not get 2 collections removed from my credit reports. And the only thing to me that helped me is me actually learning how to take legal action, period. Like that's it. All of that going back and forth for months. I'm just not with it no more, especially when I know these companies, like I said, I'm helping somebody right now and they already getting settlements. They can just take a check right now, but we want more. But the point that they already talking settlements and they don't even talk this fast when y'all doing disputes. So that's why I'm telling y'all, they don't want to remove it, go ahead and just work to get it deleted. But the information, such as, hey, the late payments are incorrect, I paid on time. Even if they was to go and do something about these late payments on this account, right? They may not remove them all. They may remove like these late payments. They'll leave you with some in August over here, then they'll leave with some over here. They don't do everything like they supposed to do. They just don't. And that's just reality. We just got to accept this is just their business, period. Okay. So we just need to accept it. So again, when y'all get y'all books, y'all get inside the course, y'all see dispute two, dispute round number two, and then you'll see a response and no response letter. Okay. So you'll see a response and then you'll see a no response letter. Now, when you go through your credit reports, because you'll have to look on your credit reports again, and I showed y'all like this right here is my house. My name is Rakita. Okay. So that right there is my house. I was showing everyone the Identity IQ $1 trial. You get your credit reports and your scores for just $1. You start off with that. But I tell y'all, keep that. If y'all serious, y'all really want to make sure, again, that if they don't do y'all right, y'all going to actually get some money from these companies. Y'all going to get the deletions and the results. Send y'all stuff certified and keep that open. Because what you're going to have to do is after your 30 days, I used to say 30 days after they actually get your letter, I showed y'all tracking already. It's all in y'all course. Y'all did watch the video. But after y'all 30 days, on the 31st day, you're going to pull your credit report again. And then you're going to go through your credit report and you're going to see, okay, what was actually deleted? What was actually corrected? Okay. So when y'all start going through here, y'all going to start seeing gaps like this. Can y'all see that? That means deletions. Y'all got to think about that. This is deleted. It ain't no way that's just on one bureau. I like to do certified mail apples. That's just what I always do. I always did. And, with me working my way to law school and working with attorneys, certified mail it is. That's just what it is. We don't want to do nothing. When I learn one thing and it actually get me settlements and, it's helping clients get money and stuff like that, I'm not going to switch it. It's working. So a lot of people saying, hey, you can do this. I ain't trying to tip them off because people are already doing that. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I got to go to law school next year, so we'll see. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to law school next year. I'm finishing out this semester right here with my bachelor's, and I'm going to help y'all. Until then, I know I'm be a great attorney because I'm very passionate about this, and I want y'all to get the money. I ain't going to pay none of these collection companies. I don't think y'all should either. But when y'all see accounts missing like this, these are deletions. Okay, so when y'all do y'all next letter, y'all know y'all need to send this now to only Experian and TransUnion. Y'all not talking to Equifax no more because Equifax did what you told them. They deleted the account, right? So you ain't got to talk to them no more. So when y'all come over here on y'all letters, don't forget when y'all get y'all books inside y'all course, y'all will see dispute round two. Okay, whether they responded or not. If they responded and they said, hey, accounts came back verified, and each bureau may be different too, y'all. Y'all may find out that Equifax didn't respond, but TransUnion Experian did. So y'all have to figure that out. Okay. And if you guys think that this is a lot, y'all have access when y'all get inside the course. So when y'all get inside the free course, y'all have the access to get this 6 months of letters for free. But then I also give y'all access to not pay $100 to get inside my membership. Y'all can literally just pay $29 per month, and I'll create your letters for you. Okay. And the people that's inside my membership, those are the ones where I'm like, okay, I'll be able to help you. I sent out your letters. Y'all want to take legal action? I'll be able to help guide y'all through that. Okay, so that's another good thing. And I have been sending my clients to attorneys. Y'all don't have to do this on your own. The only thing is some attorneys won't take y'all case. They don't take y'all case. They say, okay, don't trip, because Rakita had to do it her own anyway, because these attorneys wouldn't take her case. But she got settlements, okay? But this right here is going to be the ultimate goal for people that's my client. Okay, so again, we want to make sure that we sending this out certified mail, and you want to see whether they responded or not. Okay, once you find out whether they responded or not, you can actually just copy all of this, like the account part, and paste it in your new letter. Leave all of this. You already said this last month. You just need your accounts and you need to see whether these accounts are deleted or not. Maybe they deleted this from Equifax and now you only got your Capital One now. Okay. And then you need to go to this one and say, okay, so the IC systems is gone. And then you go, okay, these are here because they deleted that too. So you'll copy and paste that into your letter. But don't forget you got two separate letters, whether they responded or not. Okay. When we sue, do we have to pay for an attorney beforehand or do they get the money from the settlement? So the attorney actually gets separate fees. They're gonna charge their own fees and then they're gonna get some money for you too. Okay, so that's how that's gonna work. So these are kind of like the attorneys. You know, you sometimes you get in a car accident or something like that, and they'd be like, "Oh, we'll take the percentage of the earnings." Isn't some attorneys take percentage of how much you make altogether? Some attorneys do that. Some attorneys get their fees, and then they fight for your own money because they already, you know, they billing. Like one of my attorneys here in Florida, they billing at $4.50 an hour. So they don't necessarily need your money. They'll go ahead and just give you your own money, and then they fight for deletions too. Okay, so when I say fight for deletion, sometimes, like, say if they suing Experian, right? They may leverage it and say they may not necessarily sue Capital One because you want to have a relationship with these companies. If you sue the company, y'all gotta think about your relationship may be done. They ain't gonna never want to deal with you. Okay, just keep it, think of it that way. But some people like, shoot, Keith, if I can be like you and get $40,000, I ain't gotta pay, forget a company. Because that's what I had to do. I had Community Bank, that was the main one I sued. I didn't have to pay them that money. I don't care about having a relationship. Who really getting a Community Bank credit card? Them really like store cards. So I thought about it 40,000 for me not to deal with you no more. I'm cool with that. But some people like, no, I love Capital One. So what they'll do is they'll tell Experian and say, hey, part of our settlement, we want you to remove the late payments from this account because they didn't sue Capital One, but they said, hey, you still have errors there, fix it, you know. So they have their own ways of how they like to do things, but think of you not having to pay them. You shouldn't have to pay them any money. If their attorney asks for money, I wouldn't pay them. I'll go find me another attorney because you paying them and you don't even know what they're about. I haven't seen any attorneys ask for any upfront money. Okay. And like I said, I'm helping somebody right now where I think it's like I don't want to say that I don't want them to connect us to. They're still early in their case, but it's three companies already talking settlements and actually throwing out amounts already. Okay, I already know what it is. That's why I said I'm gonna go to law school. Y'all, I didn't even have a degree at all. I said, okay, I'm gonna go to law school. I'm gonna make the commitment. I got my associate's degree last year. Got just gonna get my bachelor's next month, and I'm gonna go to law school for 3 years. I'm gonna struggle through and get it done. But I know they're throwing out the money, so that's why I'm telling y'all, whether y'all gotta get an attorney, y'all gotta do it yourself, y'all good. But with y'all second letters, just figure out what accounts are still reporting and not, and put it on your second letter and mail it out certified. Okay. But y'all understand that if I taught y'all how to even do this letter, we did this letter from scratch. Okay. So we made this letter from scratch. We had to fill in our name, our address, social security number, date of birth. All this information is fake. And then we had to copy it and make three separate disputes. So Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. And then we put all of this on here. So y'all had a recordings of all of this inside your course. Once y'all buy your books, y'all have the free course. So that we had to put all of this on here. But all you have to do now is when you go inside the course, look at days 21 through 28. Because right now we're talking about day 2080 y'all workbook, right? This is what we're talking about. Okay, I said I was gonna do the extra disputes on this day. So since we're talking about day 28, all you have to do is go to 28 inside the days 21 through 30 inside of the course, and then you'll see it there. You'll see round two, responded and not responded there, okay? So that's what you'll see. But don't overthink it, y'all. Y'all have to send it out certified, okay? Now, y'all also going to see a letter to the creditor, okay? Y'all going to see a letter to the creditor. Now, the letter to the creditor, you actually have to, or the collection company, you have to send it to that company. Okay. Now, this part can get kind of complicated because you got to make sure that you send it to the right company. But if y'all do like I told y'all, again, at my house, y'all remember my name is Rakita. So, you know, my house, right? Y'all get what I'm saying? My house, right? Then y'all will be able to see. This is another thing I like this. Identity IQ, all three scores, all three reports, $1 7-day trial. Then after that, it's less than $30. You'll be able to have your reports, all three scores, all three reports. But with this, when you go all the way to the bottoms, you'll see the name and addresses and the phone numbers too. Because you're going to have to send out a letter to each company that's still reporting. Okay. And again, if y'all feel like this is confusing, I literally have my membership for less than 20, it's less than $30 per month. Okay, so I will help y'all create the letters. I will actually send a letter to the additional companies, and y'all won't have to worry about it at all. Okay, so like for example, this is one of my clients here. I just have a file. Uh-oh. Y'all will see this file right here. This is just all their certified letters right in there. Can y'all see that? I just keep it all organized in here. So that way y'all don't have to worry about, having to send out any letters. Okay. But I can do it for you all so y'all can stay organized because y'all need to definitely um, stay organized for sure. Okay. So y'all have to get the actual address to the company and y'all have to send them a letter directly. Okay, now this is a late payment. So with late payments, if you really was late, don't send a letter to the company. You already been sending goodwill letters to them. Don't worry about that. If you was not late on it and they marked you late, then you need to send a letter to the company. You need to send out a certified letter for that company. Okay, and then you need to actually track it. Okay, so you'll also see that letter inside too. Go ahead, Penny, 100K. Y'all go ahead and ask our questions, and I'll try to make sure I follow up with you all. Make sure I don't miss any of them. Okay, so again, round two, and you know what? Maybe y'all need to see. I just got a judgment. Will it be okay? Will it be on my credit? You should have. I think we don't do judgments on our credits anymore. We don't do judgments on our credit anymore. Only thing that we have is bankruptcies. And whether you pay it in full, honestly, that's up to you on whether or not you're gonna pay it in full. Maybe you can see if you can do a settlement. Some people just put it up in a bankruptcy. It's just different. Or you can do a settlement with them. You could pay it in full, let them garnish you, or do like a bankruptcy. Those are all options I have seen. When it come down to that, honestly. So you got to pick which one's gonna be best for you, and then follow that and run with it. Okay, Julia, don't forget the affiliates. You heard me, Julia? Don't forget the affiliates. I'm gonna go to the post office. Okay, perfect. So what Tim, we're doing our disputes right now. We're basically going over our workbooks on how to raise our credit. So this is the workbook that we're going over now. So right now we got to send our letters to the credit bureaus and also we got to send our letters to those creditors. So that's what we're doing right now. We're actually getting our letters together and we're formulating it. Yeah, so I'm showing y'all how to do this. And then the people that actually want more, like they want the actual document. I know some of y'all just think, oh, I'll get a screenshot of y'all. As long as y'all buy any of the books down below, y'all actually get all of this stuff in the course plus more. Y'all over 40 documents in there. Okay, and y'all can get 6 months of letters for free. Experience giving a hard time removing addresses attached to closed accounts. What should I do? That's just what they do. Honestly, and the thing is, I always think about how I can sue the companies. That's all I do. So with the closed accounts, are they positive or negative? Because one of the things that we used to do back in the day, I said back in the day because I don't do it no more. Like if they don't delete it, I don't care. I'll sue you. That's just my mindset. Y'all have to understand that. So what we used to do before I started doing this, actually suing the companies, getting money from them, deletions and results. Before I started doing this right here, I used to say, oh, let me remove, the trick was remove, put a new address on your credit report, remove all of the old address, it's gonna make it easier to delete accounts. My thing is don't trip if you don't delete it. I'll just put a lawsuit in. When I put the lawsuit in, I already know y'all gonna settle and give me some money. I know y'all gonna delete the accounts and I know I'm gonna get the results that I want. So I don't care about that anymore. And a lot of times too, with Experian, they always say that. And then those accounts, they say, hey, we seen that on your Sage Stream report or something like that. My whole thing is if I would let them keep the address if it's attached to one of the accounts that I want to keep open. But if you're trying to do that old trick, like try to remove those addresses because you have negative accounts, then maybe you need to just work to remove the full account in general. Okay. This is a regular error, miscounted amount. What day? Um, this is a regular error. When you say regular error, when you say miscounted amount, are you saying they're reporting the wrong amount? Is that what you're referring to? Right. Okay, Tim. So yeah, that happens a lot, and a lot of people settle with that. That happens a lot. If they got the wrong amount on there, that's the error, period. A lot of people just go through all the steps and then they actually just sue the companies. And let me show y'all what the steps are just for y'all to understand like how this go. Okay, so this is what it is, y'all. Okay. So you have to send out certified disputes for 3 months. Okay. So I just told y'all round one dispute already. Then what we're doing right now is round two disputes, y'all. We're doing round two disputes. When I say send it to the credit bureaus, send it to the actual company, those are round two disputes. Okay. And then after that, what I like to do is I like to escalate it. Okay, I like to send something to their registered agent saying, "Hey, send me 11,000, send me 12, send me." And I say this for each account, all three credit bureaus, every company I want to sue. I say, "Hey, send me 10,000, 11,000. I'll pick them out. Send me the money, delete the account, and don't ever talk to me about this debt, or I'm going to sue you." Okay, and I actually make sure the follow through is the most important thing because they get threatened all the time. These whole letters are threatening them, y'all. Okay. Hey, you're supposed to do this according to the 609. Da, 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 da. You know, all of this is like threats. They see this all the time, but you got to actually follow through with it. But the balance being incorrect, I talk about a whole bunch of reasons on why you can go after these companies in an instance. Okay. But again, send out your letter round one, go to the bureaus. We already did that. I told y'all need after round one, which is what we're talking about now, you have to send it certified again. You got to send one to the actual collection company or credit bureau. So we'll have to send one to each of these companies like this. Okay. So you have to send one to each of these companies if they're still reporting, and then you have to send another one to the credit bureau. Okay. After that, you gave everybody a chance to do what they need to do. If they didn't do what they need to do, then you already know what I talk about. I talk about, hey, I'm finna just straight sue. And I told you, I'm helping somebody right now. They haven't even answered. They haven't even filed an answer, but three companies already talking about settlements and throwing out amounts that they're going to pay. Okay, that's the getting money part, y'all. They already talking about, well, we'll give you this, we'll do this, we'll do that. Okay, so that's why I say just follow through the process. Don't get all sad. But a lot of times too, when y'all go through this process, y'all are going to find that y'all are going to get some of y'all accounts deleted. But it's not going to be all of them, and we're not going to settle for mediocre stuff. They need to delete all the accounts. Okay, so y'all will find that y'all will get results like this, and then y'all have to leave by 3 o'clock. So if y'all want to make sure that I send y'all the access to the course today, y'all want to get the 6 months of letters today, make sure y'all get y'all books before 3 o'clock because I have to go. Okay, and then I'll make sure I send y'all information to the course. And we're talking about certified letters, right? Have to send 3 rounds before suing. Yes. If they delete the accounts already, can I still sue? Uh, I would say no, but I'm not your attorney. I'm not trying to give legal advice. I would say no. The whole thing is do this or get sued. I hope I couldn't confuse you, but one account shows up different amounts between all three bureaus. Yeah, that's gonna be a big problem. But again, y'all, I told y'all gonna be able to see deletions and stuff like that. But if everything not deleting, whoever is left, that's who finna basically, that's who I would say, okay, I'm finna sue, basically. Okay. Now they said one account show up different amounts. So I can't say certain things, but I think that honestly, I put in my Midland and also I think Midland and also I sued LJ Ross. I think in both of those complaints, I talked about the amounts of the debts. That's all I can say. Okay, that's all I can say. I have settlements with these companies. That's all I can say about that. I can't go into details, but I'm gonna show you about these different amounts. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know how to sue student loans, but I have deleted student loans, so they'll work in actually getting your student loans deleted, but I have not actually sued student loan companies. Okay, I haven't actually tried to like sue the student loan company. But I know for sure you can get it deleted and you can get that stuff, you can get like late payments and stuff removed because I have done all of that. But I have not actually sued. And my whole thing is I'm telling y'all how to correct y'all reports. If they don't correct it, then I'm thinking, okay, let's sue. Now, with the balance being incorrect, y'all, this is a collection right here. So they say the most that somebody ever owed on the account was $454. But they saying right now they only owe $453. Usually when y'all see these numbers are supposed to match. So when I see something like this, I'm thinking about, hey, you got the incorrect balance. Some of these companies, y'all, usually if y'all look on Credit Karma, y'all will see that the balance will change by $1. Catch that. Take a screenshot of that. You know, I'm not trying to be all lawyer, I'm not trying to give y'all legal advice, but if I had something like that, I'll be thinking, oh my gosh, I can sue with this. And then also look right here. They saying they owe $20 more than what they ever owed on the whole account in general. Your high credit, y'all, that's the most you ever owed on your account. Okay, it's the most you ever owe. So when you see something like this where your balance is $20 more, it's like, no way, y'all tricking me. Okay. All right, y'all, I got 4 more minutes because I gotta make sure I get out of here. Okay. But I want to make sure I show y'all this balance thing because it's a huge thing. Okay, let me see if I can find another one. Okay, so here's the balance too. So you remember I showed somebody asked about the balance. Look at this account. The balance 338, 338, and 293. This is all normal, y'all. They all got errors everywhere. Okay. The third. Yes, it's basically the third one is a demand. It's a settlement demand. It's a demand letter. Y'all ever get demand letters from those collection companies or some companies saying, hey, we're going to report you to the credit bureaus or hey, we're going to take legal action. It's the same thing. We just flipping it around and sending it to them, okay? I wrote mine years ago. I'm wondering if it's different now. Um, I don't know, Patty. I would just say resend it. And for that person that had said the student loan questions, let me show you some student loans being deleted because I think that's just up my alley on what we can actually do. Okay. And then I have 3 more minutes, y'all, and then I have to leave out of here. So make sure y'all get y'all books before I leave. So you can see right here the U.S. Department of Education, right? So the accounts were removed. That's all we're looking for, deletions. Okay, that's all we're looking for with student loans because I have not figured out how to sue them. Now, if I know how to sue them, then I'll be switching up how I talk to them, period. But I haven't figured it out yet. Okay, well, these are counts, these are inquiries. Okay, so I'm going through some of my results in here for my clients because I know I had some more on here for student loans. I just gotta find them. Okay, let me see. Okay, so those are not. Or you know what? I do have another one on here because on this book right here, okay, can y'all see this right here? So they got their student loan deleted, but look, their credit score went up 129 points. Also got their bankruptcy deleted too. So this right here, that 129 points, that's what y'all see on this book right here, the Raise Your Credit Score 100 points in 30 days. That's what this one is. So 129, 97, and 116. Those are actual results that I took from my clients because I created the cover of the book. I just really wanted y'all to get the information because I keep saying when I go to law school, I know I'm not going to be as present as I need to be. So I'd rather y'all have this information and I want to start teaching y'all about more stuff. I want to be in the cases. I need y'all to know how to dispute. This stuff it's not too complicated. We just gotta take action, okay? All right, y'all got 1 more minute. I need to leave. So y'all go ahead and get y'all books. I'm gonna make sure I send y'all information I'm gonna make sure I send y'all the course today for whoever get their books. I'll send it to y'all in about an hour because I have to wait an hour till I get y'all information and then I'll make sure I mail y'all stuff out, okay? And then don't forget y'all have the option of 6 months or later inside the course. Okay, so the third is actually for money. Do we have to write for our credit reports? Oh, so yeah. Okay, so I said this is my house. So my name is Rakita. Okay. This is my house, right? This is my house. Took me years to put my house together, get it together, looking nice, so organized. And you'll see, we go now. Number three, Identity IQ, $1 trial. You'll get all three reports, all three scores for $1 trial for 7 days. But I tell y'all to keep it. I tell y'all just keep it because y'all need to send out round two and then y'all need to check y'all results again to see if y'all really send the demand letter to anybody, okay? All right, y'all. So I'm gonna have to get out of here. I'm gonna do the last little questions. I wrote mine years ago now. I wonder if it's different now. Yes, it is. It is different in a way because Patty, when you did it, it was going through. Now they not budging like that unless you do an identity theft. And I say, why do identity theft when we can get. Oh no, dangerous. But why do identity theft when we can get money? Can we get our reports online? Yes. Let me see what you asked earlier. Okay, yes, the third letter we are asking for. The third letter is a demand letter. You are asking for a dollar amount, whether you ask for 9, 10, 15,000. Asking them delete it, and not only just delete it. Don't talk to me about this debt. Don't sell it to anybody else either. Okay, just leave me alone about this debt in general. I need late payments removed for the student loans. So if you need late payments removed, make sure you get your books down below. And then when you get inside the course, you will have a late payment letter. You have to send it in to the company. You will see that you'll do the late payment letter for student loans. This is not it, but I gave y'all 4 late payment letters. But this one right here is asking the credit card companies to remove it. But you can send your student loans this way, but I have one specifically for student loans, okay? So the third is basically asking for money. How do we know how much to ask for? We just draw out a number. All I can say is if I was to do it again, if I would say 10, 11, 12, you know, because when you actually, I don't want to say y'all because I'm not trying to give y'all legal advice. I'm trying not to get in trouble before I actually do something to get in trouble about. But I will say that when you actually do the lawsuit, once you actually do the lawsuit, like the numbers will change. Like in the book, I tell y'all, hey, if it was me, I'm gonna, for like the person I'm helping right now, the number changed now. Now we at 30. Now we at 25. We need more money now. You made me have to do a whole lawsuit. Okay. If the company don't send a letter back within 30 days, can we lead to a lawsuit? You can set them up like that in terms of because don't forget we have to send one to the credit bureau first. They may not respond. So you got to follow up with a letter with them asking, hey, why haven't you responded? But some credit bureau gonna respond. So you're gonna send a letter the second month to the credit bureaus again, why haven't you responded? And then you gotta send a letter to each company that's on your credit report that you even think that you want to actually sue. So you can't just say, "Oh, you ain't respond, I'm gonna sue you." I don't know. Maybe a lawyer is doing that, but with us being pro se, I just feel like it's harder for us. They think we don't know nothing, so they're gonna go harder with us. Also, how do we know when they send out letters to the credit bureaus aren't lying about the date? You know what? That's a good question right there. Listen, send out your stuff certified mail, right? Send your stuff on certified mail. I teach y'all on the 31st day, you pull your credit report. We don't care what they responded because if I still see this account on my credit report on the 31st day, that's what I'm going off of. I'm not going off your response anyway. Keep that though. Keep the envelope, keep the date. But again, keep in mind too, if you pull it on the 31st day, you can already have your letter out before they send you a letter. Because guess what? They had 30 days to respond. So when you pull it on the 31st day, I think about you being in the right. They had 30 days to respond. I pulled on the 31st day. Here's my credit report for the 31st day. The account was still reported. Some people, that's why I say, y'all know we have annual credit report, right? I tell people want to go there. I said, if you go there, for one thing, it's not going to be organized like this, which is going to be a huge problem. And not only that, too, all of your accounts going to be separate. Okay, you're gonna get one PDF for TransUnion, one PDF for Experian, one PDF for Equifax. Don't have time to be looking at all of that. And guess what else? When you do it that way, you get them 15 additional days for your credit. Y'all understand 15 additional days? That's like telling somebody they got 15 additional days to pay on the account or something like that. They don't do that for us. So why are we doing stuff like that for them? Okay, we're gonna get that late payment right away. And that's why I say pull y'all credit report after the 31st day. Okay. So that's why I say that. But y'all gotta really leave out of here. So make sure y'all get y'all last books. I will definitely talk to y'all later. I have fun recording with y'all. I was doing it at night from 7 to 10, y'all. But if y'all look at my head right now, y'all will see that I am stressed trying to finish this last bit of school. We about to go into our finals. It's no way I need to mess this up when I'm about to graduate in less than a month. Okay. So I said, you know what, y'all got the free course. When y'all buy y'all books, y'all got the free course. So I can ask all the questions y'all want. Y'all can also ask my assistants all the questions. And guess what? I let y'all get the membership for less than $29. So I'll be able to look at your reports. I'll be able to talk to you. You'll have access to actually talk to me, all my members. So y'all have the 6 months of letters. Y'all have everything. So I say go ahead and get the books and go from there. And when y'all actually get y'all books, y'all will be able to see this right here. But I'm gonna send y'all stuff early, but y'all will be able to see this, scan and get inside of the free course. Y'all all can get a free course with the books, okay? And remember, this is all I'm talking about. So don't come talking about you want to pay some collection because I ain't with it at all. Okay. That's not what we doing over here, okay? But I'll talk to y'all later. I hope that y'all have a great night. If y'all have any questions, definitely let me know. I'll be happy to answer your questions. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all get y'all books. Um, Let me see what this is. Okay, you guys. So I would also see you guys later too over here on Facebook and YouTube. I will see you all later. Y'all have a great day.